Let's see if this is going to launch. Every single week, it's the same deal. Hi, everyone. This is Elaine. Welcome back to the cronecast at the Rising Moon. Waiting to see if my stream is going to launch, and then I have to shut myself up and make sure I'm not yelling at everybody. Welcome, everyone. This is the Spirit Guide Weekly. Divine guidance. What do your spirit guides need you to know for this particular date range, which I believe is the 18th through the 24th. So these messages have a tendency to manifest over the course of 1 to 4 weeks. I have no idea why it works out that way. It just does. But they are messages your spirit guides would like you to be in possession of. Sometimes they do like us to know things, and then it manifests in a completely different way. It's strange. They want the awareness without you having all of the foreknowledge. We're not actually meant to know everything that we want to know. We have a pick a card presentation today, but before I get started, please don't forget to like, subscribe. It really does help the channel. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. I have 4 piles for you. This is pile number 1. This is pile number 2. This is pile number 3. This is pile number 4. All of the candles are anointed with a different form of conjure oil. I don't go over that until the time of your reading because I don't like it to influence your decision. And then the other thing to keep in mind is please do not pick my piles by the eye. Always pick number 1, 2, 3, 4. Concentrate, see which one calls out to you. I switch the focus around intentionally, and my particular reading style works better if you pick them intuitively. All right, hopefully you've had enough time. What's going to happen now? The bad sound of tradition and then sailing backwards, we hope smoothly. All right. All right, now here comes the trying for the smooth sail backwards. All right, there we go. Hopefully nobody got seasick from that. All right. Anybody on there? All right. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having an excellent week. Let's get our housekeeping out of the way. There we go. So, world's grossest candle snuffer is actually a terribly abused teaspoon, basically. You can always use a spoon as a candle snuffer. There we go. Get everybody out of the way, and then we'll start our predictive spreads. Okay. This year is just, it feels like I blinked and 4 months went by. I don't know about anybody else. Yeah. All right, let's get started with pile number 1 and my tabletops. Make sure I put it in an area that doesn't just catch the glare. This is pile number 1. Let's hope I remember to change them. I don't always. Timestamps will be edited in after the broadcast. It will likely take me a while because I have several readings right after this. So if you see this before there are timestamps, you can either simply add them in the comment section down below and you will have my gratitude, or if not, they should be in about 3 hours after the broadcast. So pile number 1, your candle is lavender. That is one of the colors of the crown chakras. I've got this particular candle anointed with bewitching oil. This is a very good manifestation conjure oil. Today's conjure oils are all from Are the Root. Again, they're very good for beginning practitioners because they will help guide your energy, and they're very good for very advanced ones because your established energy will direct and override very easily. So it can be kind of bent into your own energy. Not the best line for intermediates, and I'm not entirely sure why. I just got that feedback from a couple of people. All right, here we go. Let's see what we've got from our oracle cards. From the fairy oracle, we have motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. Here's the thing, we talk ourselves out of things that we know we need to do over and over and over again. The changes that we need to make, the maybe relationships that we need to end, the jobs we need to look for, that kind of thing. By the way, I did shuffle for these. I did not draw them based on the pictures, so that's the reason they're all face up to help mark the piles, but they are part of the message this week. From the quantum oracle, I have peace, and I have the honoring path. The honoring path is actually the card for people who are in a profession where they're doing healing, where they're standing out in front of others. It's a very good leadership card and is also being called to a life's purpose. Peace is one of the things that will help your purpose reveal itself to you. Sometimes you'll have an activation. Sometimes things will open up and your abilities will begin to establish, and there will be a period of connection, then a period of disconnection, that whole, long, dark night of the soul type of thing where you feel very utterly abandoned. And then after that follows a period of peace with the passage of time, with things coming and going from your life, accepting that everything that is happening when you're on your life's path, when you're seeking out your purpose, things can shift and change, but just trying to be comfortable with that and know that it is taking you forward towards what you asked for. All right, inspire others. Well, that's a pretty easy one, and again, fits very, very closely with all of that. Let go and enjoy. This is, again, the ability to allow yourself to make the changes that you need to. And when we're talking about the card of motivation, half of what stops us from making the changes that we need to is that we fear change, kind of needlessly. Change is literally the only way that things can get better. Lean into it, make it your own, accept that it will not always take the shape that you're hoping for, and to know that it does serve a purpose in your life. If you have had a season of loss, if you're just coming out of a season of loss, know that it was a reshaping to help bring you what you were meant to be doing with the honoring path. And then the inspire others as well. Chaos and conflict, that is a change energy as well, with here and now. I like that because that's moving into a past energy, but that is another card of allowing yourself to bend in and lean into the changes that are trying to be brought to you. With main male, now you've got a difficult figure in your life. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. The main male card, now that can be a romantic pairing, it can, but it can also be needing to prioritize your relationship with self over another person. And then that particular figure is causing some conflict in your life. And it could be someone from your past and your formative experience, but let's keep looking and we'll see what we can find. All right, let's get going for the predictive spread for pile number 1, the bewitching group. Trying to make things happen, huh? Honesty. Listen, accepting that you have failings and faults is not the same thing as saying, well, I suck. What it means is that you need to examine, for instance, one of the things I've been working on for years is patience. And it's not because I'm an insanely impatient person with other people, but my gosh, I can be impatient with when will the thing I want get here? And I've had to struggle and struggle and struggle to understand patience is peace. So that is one of the areas where I will always be working on that my entire life. And that is another area of honesty with self will help you achieve the evolution that you need to. Can I get the predictive spread, please? Here and now, here and now. A lot of changes are in your life, and they're all good ones. Page of Pentacles in reverse, with the Hermit card in the upright. And this, I think it's after a period of feeling like nothing was, you were craving change and nothing would come to you. It was a period of trying to reorganize things, trying to lean into purpose, trying to lean into a path. And instead you felt very, very blocked, and it got very frustrating. The chaos energy is another frustration card. The 9 of Swords in reverse is a card for peace. It is a card for releasing fears. The Hermit card is being held in one place until you learn lessons that will inform your journey going forward. High Priestess in reverse. Judgment card in reverse. That is the start of a new karmic cycle. It is also the Healer's card. It's a life's purpose card. Yeah, there's a chapter that closed kind of definitively for you. And the first sentences are being written in your next one. The 4 of Pentacles in the upright is trying to hold on to a former vision of yourself versus version of yourself. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, with the Justice card in the upright, frustration. I have the 3 of Swords in the upright and the hopes and fears. And then I have the 10 of Swords in reverse with the Hanged Man in the reverse. 5 of Cups in the upright, slightly difficult energy. A little bit of there's Queen of Pentacles in reverse. There's anxiety and depression around this, but there's healing as well. The Sun in the upright, 10 of Cups in the upright, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Strength card in reverse, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 7 of Pentacles in the upright, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse, 6 of Pentacles in the upright, 8 of Wands in the upright as well. Okay, well, you have been seeking balance in your life, and it has been to try and develop, I believe, more gifts. My collective, I'm always saying we're developing psychics, magicians, people who have a purpose. Quite frequently, there's a lot of healing energy. This is one of the healing energy cards as well. Listen, for some people, there really is like an exterior relationship here that has had an influence in your life. It might be one you're trying to release, or it's been one you've been trying to heal the actual connection. There's communication around that in the coming next 2 weeks or so. It's all good. It is all easing of a set of circumstances that has been like it's like you're graduating. It's just like you're graduating. And not a moment too soon. Like you're over this energy. You really want to leave this energy of like this emotional processing, this constant feeling of loss, as if all that ever happens is something new is taken away from your life over and over again. Remember, these obstacles are being removed from your path so that you have a clear path and more is coming to you. If you honestly feel like all I ever do is lose people and places and things, know that your field is being cleared simply so that you can receive the things that you are meant to receive in order to step into this new energy. And when is this stuff happening? Should be a lot of messages exchanged about potentially a new position in your life. There's not a lot of effort that goes into it. I think it's something that you've already had in the works. Particularly if you've been hoping to land a job, know that like there's back and forth on it, with a start date on like this new fresh beginning closer to about mid-May. And why mid-May? I'm not entirely sure. It's just in the cards. Watch that anxiety that you can have a tendency to build up. Make sure you're getting plenty of exercise. Don't like, and you do this a little bit too much. You do this a little bit too much. When you get anxious, you try to go towards like readings and things to see what's coming up. Try to strike a better balance with that. Remember, try and live in the here and now as much as you can and solve the problems of today as you can. You went through a period, I believe, where there was just like there was constant change, and you resisted it a little bit, but you also got used to it. And so this period of everything happens in just this ice flow type of energy. It's because you needed to heal from several things. And they were trying to make sure they weren't disrupting you as much. Financial constraints, a man holding a heart, action, patience, of course, and rest and rejuvenation with journey, goddess of the moon. All right, so I've got some good news around what is a mild activation, in terms of like being able to discern more clearly again, which for a while you were. And like the frustration with an inability to make anything happen, what like started blocking you more. And like there was also this thing where your guides just did not do what you wanted them to, and did not do what you wanted to, and did not do what you wanted them to. And so like you almost kind of like developed an energy of not really speaking to them. They're going to be a little bit more assertive in bringing you more information. It's not a stalemate type of energy. I have like a potential love interest for people who are looking. That's a slow developing energy, but it does appear to be entering, hi baby. It does appear to be entering your like your consciousness again as you move into May in particular. Like if there's something you've been waiting to develop, some changes had to occur in your life before you had room for it. and you were like, there's something about your earthly stability that you've been trying to firm up and to make plans around. Those plans are like, everything is coming into a much better balance. There's progress in your personal life as well. There's progress in your personal life as well. This is an interesting energy because I think at one point in your life, and by the way, if you're happily paired up, this means this part of the message is not for you. But there was a part of your life where you really kind of wanted another relationship. You're on the other side of that now, where you're like, I don't even know if I want another relationship. Everything has been so frustrating and so difficult. I'm not even sure that's part of what I want. There's nothing that you need to do to like, and this could be a business relationship too. Whenever I say relationship, it doesn't necessarily mean romance, but I've got this like this figure entering your life who is, I don't know if you know them already or not. Ride the wave, listening, intention, gentle gardener, and slow and steady. There is still like things that your new life is, and it is kind of a new life, is still coming to you in pieces. And one of the things that is likely to come into your life is an opportunity to have, again, it's this strange, I'm not sure it's a romantic pairing. I'm just not sure it's a romantic pairing, hot buddy. This is my dog, Oscar, who is like, he's feeling uber super cuddly right now. There we go. There we go. Okay, can I get something from Romance Angels for group number 1, please? Don't keep your guard up as much as you have. Something happened in your life where your trust got so damaged that like, even as people like try to help you or interact with you or come to you for advice and things, like you've got your flirt, new love, separation, and you deserve love. Listen, you have healing energy. You went through a period where everything looked pretty dark. It has been within the last year or so. And then I have a romantic interest coming in. It's been a while. My poor collective, it's been like we've all been like condemned to a nunnery or something. But you do have somebody in your life coming towards you that is, I don't think it's dating app action. I think it is somebody coming to you through a professional setting. You will likely hear something first in an email or an electronic exchange. Is it a pure romance starting right away? I have no idea. I genuinely kind of don't know. It is a good, strong connection, and it is something that you're being asked to consider in a way that you haven't for a while. Like, and it is about, you've got your guard up so super high. It is like somebody's trying to help you with something and you're very resistant to it. That's what I've got, is that you, something from your not, I just got to ring my ear on that too. Something in your not super distant past has like made you shut down around the concept of accepting other people in your life. And this really could be a romantic development. It doesn't have to be. I'm kind of getting the sense that it might be. And does it like, is gender absolutely everything and this is 100% a man? No, of course not. Gender is an increasingly meaningless societal construct. But it is somebody with a very forthright energy, somebody who's very caring. And you are being asked to make sure that you are not blocking things out based on past energies. Don't stop in the near future. Listen to your intuition. Okay. What do I need on this? Because you are, like I said, you've got an activation in which, if you've been hoping to do like develop clairaudience a lot more, start doing some meditations around alignment and talking to your guides and connecting to your higher self. You really should have more coming to you in that particular area. And clairaudience is not quite what people often associate it with being. You will notice it because it's going to distract you more and more. And it is a developing gift. I have one more thing on that. What's going on there? You had really wanted an answer on something that has to do with your professional security and potentially like where you live and like what other changes you'll have to make. That is coming. Like you're not going to be in the dark very long, and you're going to be happy with the outcome on it. I think you've been sleeping super well. Make sure that, like, listen to yoga, nidra, Nidra. As you go to sleep, it'll help give you some imagery to follow. Everything that is coming to you within the next 2.5 months or so is yet another piece of trying to help you transition to another part of your life where you will use the gifts that have gone a little bit dormant over like a period of stress. They're going to be coming back. Don't be concerned about that. Like, kind of what I got for the clairaudience is like you keep being distracted by noises and thinking that there's something going on, that you're like, is there somebody in the house? Is there somebody on the roof? It's not like you've got some things developing around clairaudience that you need to, unless you hear somebody like, there's a distressing sound, just kind of allow things to, don't question difference, I guess is all I'm trying to say. You don't like you have yet another level that you are ascending to in your ability to discern. And it serves a purpose. Yeah, 3 of Wands in the upright is opportunities coming to you as well. I also did see something with professional opportunities that don't fully develop. 4 of Cups in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Your anxiety keeps blocking things out though. Page of Pentacles in the upright. Okay. So try to accept that you haven't received everything you're meant to quite yet. The distracting things that keep drawing your focus away are not actually indicating that you don't have a gift. It is your gift continuing to develop. And it's going to, like, there's something about it that confuses you. And I'm not really sure what it is. I don't know if it's that, like, you almost feel like here's what I think happens. It's either air conditioning or something is blowing, and underneath it, like, you feel like you're hearing something, like voices, not like, not schizophrenic type of voices, but you're hearing something and you're wondering, like, you're trying to hear it, you're trying to pick it out. Like, just accept that I'm starting to pick up something. It's going to clarify and magnify over the course of time. It's at the level it's meant to be for right now. And they're trying to get you used to, like, more auditory disruption around you. It is like, just relax into it, and it will start to be honed as you go through. All right, group number 1, that was interesting. A time of activation, new opportunities coming to you. Look for more definition in your life about, like, your permanent place of residence, where you're going to be. Like, because there's some kind of transition that you have been chomping at the bit to have, and you don't have every piece of the information yet. And you just want definition because you do like security. Remember, your ability to be peaceful with the fluctuation of circumstances around you is one of the things that will help you to continue to expand your abilities, is trusting in your own ability to essentially provide what you need and to have guidance towards what you need to as well. All right, that was group number 1. I will edit in timestamps after the broadcast. It will not be for a while, so if you're catching this, I'm sorry, but I'm genuinely not going to have time for a little bit. Your candle, pile number 2, was anointed. We are moving on to pile number 2. If you want to book me for a private reading, don't forget there's a link in my website, in the description box down below, and I would love a chance to read for you in real life. Group number 2, your candle is anointed with bend over, and this is an overcoming type of energy. It is about dominating in a particular situation. It is about using the right amount of force, and it is about, like, success and triumph sometimes over an adversary. Let's see what's there though. All right, purple is the color. It's one of the healing colors. It's also one of the colors for domination. Your oracle cards, which I did shuffle for these top ones, I didn't just pick them out for the pictures. It is look in a book. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. I have playing it safe. Oh, okay. With travel, like attracts like. Playing your art. I have not gotten that one before. Serendipity. These are fortuitous events occurring basically at the same time. It's a happy coincidence. Treasure Island. Unexpected income. Wow, got a lot of money around this one. Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Playing it safe in travel. You're trying to, you're a security seeker. You're trying to cling to like you don't like risk. You don't like risk. Claim your art is also quite simply like leaning into what you know your talents to be. And don't second guess yourself as much as you do, or like deny it as often as you do. You actually do have gifts, and you are like you're unusual. You keep discounting something as of like, if I can do it, then almost anyone can. That's just not the way it works. Here we go. What have I got for pile number 2, please? What have I got for pile number 2, please? Here we go. The devil in the upright. That can be Capricorn. It can also be fear. It can be opulence. It can be passion. It can be the devil isn't always a bad card. It can be the card for codependency. With the 5 of Cups in reverse. That is usually like something emotional that contains emotional solace coming to you after a difficult time period. Like attracts like, huh? Okay. Okay, 2 more. You got this? All right. 10 of Wands in the upright. Queen of Wands in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. Knight of Wands in the upright. Okay. Page of Cups in reverse. High Priestess in reverse. Emperor in reverse. Never like that figure. The Chariot in the upright. Unknown card in reverse. 4 Cups in reverse. 9 of Pentacles in the upright, 8 of Cups in the upright, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I like all of the energy around like stability and financial freedom in your life. 2 of Pentacles in reverse, Strength card in the upright, Queen of Pentacles in the upright, confidence, security. That's the Sun in reverse. Yep. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, 4 of Swords in reverse, Hermit in reverse. So I know I just stalled a little bit, and it's because I have something a little different here. You have a lot that is shifting in your life. And you are going to be like, I've got an offer here about expanding what it is you do to encompass something, and it is a money-making opportunity. Allow it to come into your life. Allow it to come into your life. Someone is going to essentially talk to you about taking something that you do and would you like to get involved with. It's not a startup energy. It is something that is established. You do not have to take the option, but you are being asked to consider it. And you have multiple sources of diversified income that are developing over about the next 2 months. I do have this not great figure with the Emperor in reverse and that Devil in the upright. You are, with the Chariot in the upright, trying to leave behind a difficult relationship from the past. Part of it has been your view of yourself, like trying to accept that your life has taken the shape and form that it is meant to at this particular time. There's like just nothing in your way any longer. With this Knight of Wands in the upright, it was a frustrating time period though. Like your stress level has been through the charts. I don't think you felt super well. Freedom, just freedom all over the place. And again, like an easing of financial circumstances that's actually a little bit marked. you're going to be releasing the feeling that like something treated you unfairly around a situation that you wanted to have develop. Basically, I think the alternative possibility that like it has been hammered home for kind of a while is actually taking shape and form. And as it does that, and it's not, it just is not quite what you thought it was going to be. Serendipity and Treasure Island. This is a little bit interesting. You have, like I said, somebody who's going to be talking to you about an expansion around what you have been viewing as your path forward. You are asked to kind of like remember, like there's more, you're better at what you do than you think you are sometimes. And just kind of allow somebody to talk to you about what it is that they see in you, and whether or not you pursue that opportunity, whether or not you go towards that. It is quite simply like kind of what you're being asked to do is to stop again with any type of rigid definitions around what you'll accept into your life. And that is not about relationships or like you have to change everything. It is more that part of this devil energy is that you may have been healing from codependency with that Emperor in reverse, and you have been very, again, determined to figure out where you are now and have it have bearing on like a lot of choices you're making. You're not very open to, hey, if something new and different comes to me, I will take a solid look at that to see if it's what I'm supposed to do. Instead, if something tries to come to you and you're like, no, I have not considered that, you have a tendency to block it out a little bit. That's that playing it safe energy. Travel is an expansion of your horizons as well. Door to Spirit, third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, the temple path, hostilities. All right, walking away from them at least. I like that part. There is this figure from your past who, like, they're almost out of your life entirely. I think you're to the point of kind of not caring. Like, whatever this has been doing to you, it yanked you around so hard that you're just you've been trying to get on with your life regardless. I like that unexpected and income card with Treasure Island and then the Nine of Pentacles. They're like, remember, you've got something coming to you, and since it is not in the form that you wanted it to be, like you haven't been assessing it. Like you're going to try and continue with a plan that you made when you had a different vision. Stop. Think about it. Is it possible that you're meant to like expand that horizon? The only problem that you have is you have some well, it's not the only problem. We all have multiple ones. But one of the problems that you have is that to find safety, you have tried to work within a small universe. Like you don't want to, it's almost like you don't want to risk success. Like you shut down some potentials around you because you don't think you really are, I think, as good as you are at something. That claim your art thing, like it's not that you're self-deprecating all the time, but like in your heart of hearts, like you just, you're a little bit of a you denier, meaning that you're the person getting in your own way sometimes. If somebody's telling you, hey, I think you could do this, I think you could do that, even if you're rejecting it, like remember, people tell you things that they honestly perceive. So listen to it without an ear towards, I'm just shutting that down because it sounds too, like there's some kind of like risks associated with trying to strive forward on something. Coming apart, flying, that's a greater perspective. Peaks of joy, metamorphosis, rescue. Freeze. I don't think rescue is part of this. Hey. Yeah. After a period of way too much disruption, as the dust settled, you decided that you were just going to love your pile of rubble. And that is not an insult. It's just that you really, like, things went haywire for way, way too long. And now, like, you are just trying to, like build a shape that you can bear to live and breathe and be in. And because so much was taken away from you trying to make you release some energies from the past that were truly holding you back, that were really limiting your potential, you have a tendency to tighten your focus and make your world smaller and smaller, just trying to find a way to not feel at risk. You're not at risk. You're not. You're actually this really safe person, but it never, ever, ever, ever contains what you think you need to feel safe. It just doesn't. You would like a very unvaried life. You would like one where, like, you get up in the morning, you do your stuff, and it's not that you won't work hard, like you're a super hard worker. It is that you want life to have like a predictable quality to it. I guess all I'm trying to say is that as a safety seeker, like you don't mind change, but you don't like risk. You don't like risk. You're not actually being asked to risk anything. Keep that part in mind. You're not asking, like, this whole, there is an expansion around that claim your art, and then the unexpected income, and then serendipity as well. There is an opportunity for you to branch out and do more with something that you have done in the past. You're like, you have a little bit of a tendency to say, no, I'm good. As long as I'm safe, I don't need more. And it's not about greed. It really is about like being a tiny bit fear dictated around, I don't want to lose the safety that I have, and so I don't risk the expansion. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy, free yourself, and then reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life. Finances and career. Honest to goodness, I like this particular pile. You put your world back together after it got totally blown up. You glued it together in a functional shape. And now you just want to cling to that functional shape so much that as things change more and more, like, you are just trying to come to a place where you can kind of take better root. You're not meant to be quite yet. You're just not meant to be quite yet. If things still feel like they're in flux, it's because like there's more developments around something in your life that has to do with everything you've been working towards, everything you've been trying to bring into being. But it will ask you to be more flexible with how you envision your future. And I think it's about allowing like a bigger, like more activity in your life, more people in your life, more like you don't. I think you like kind of a quiet atmosphere. And like your life is trying not to be as quiet, and you really want to cling to that like you want things to be peaceful. All you've been asking for is 10 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Wands in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in the upright, Knight of Swords in the upright. Yeah, this is swift developments. This is around like an opportunity coming to you. We do have, like, you did have to, I had the Release Your Ex card. You did have to heal from something, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but it was one that really determined your view of yourself. And your guides who love you are never trying to freak you out or frighten you, and you're not going to be freaked out or frightened. But you are being asked to accept that in about the next 4 months or so, there is an expansion around what you consider success. And you're going to be a little bit kicky and screamy around like not wanting it to contain as much, because you like quiet. You like quiet, and it's kind of not going to be a super quiet life any longer. And like you're going to get a little put out around that, but it is for a very good reason. And you will start to, don't think you understand what it's going to feel like. Don't think you understand what it's going to feel like. The only thing kind of standing in your way is like a need to, you want to get into a very settled energy. You just want to get into a very settled energy. And the universe is saying that you have a bigger job to do than you realize. it's trying to come to you, just let it come to you. Okay. All right, pile number 2, that was your reading for this week. If you'd like to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below. I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. Fireball, let's see what's up with group number 3 this week. All right. Timestamps will be edited in after the broadcast, probably quite a bit after the broadcast, unless I miraculously finish up early here. All right, pile number 3. Your candle is anointed with seduction and passion. Let's see if we can get something going for my poor pile number 3s who have really been in for it like in the last week or so, or at least the last month or so. Magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet that is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. All right, awesome. Like I said, nothing stands in the way. I did shuffle for these, by the way. I just flipped them over so that we could have markers for the piles. Joyous fun. Could be a party. Okay, consciousness of lack, joyous fun. Lead by example, always important. Focus on success. Thief, be careful. Milk and honey. Boy, there's a lot of gain around this. Loyal heart. Relationships. I'm attracted to those who serve my higher good. After, well, seduction and passion, I'm glad that they're like, and this is not the first group to get that there may be like expansion in personal areas as well at long, long last. To be joyous fun could be like a carnival. It could be a party. A consciousness of lack, though, is kind of trying to heal from like enough trauma in the past that you have felt pretty ill done to. A little bit on point for what pile 3 has been for a little while. I love all of the increase around this, though. I just love all the increase around this. I've got a friendship that is important. I've got a friendship that is important. Is it a friendship or is it something more? Let's find out. 2 more times. Okay. Page of Cups in reverse. Okay. 2 more times, please. Okay. Ace of Cups in the upright. 10 of Swords in reverse. It has been the Tower in reverse. The Sun in the upright. The 6 of Cups in the upright. 3 of Pentacles in the upright. Page of Swords in the upright. 7 of Wands in reverse. The Moon in reverse. A lot of clarity. Lots of communication. 6 of Pentacles in the upright. Death in reverse. 5 of Wands in reverse. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. King of Cups in the upright. Okay. 4 of Swords in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse over and over again. 5 of Pentacles in the upright. Empress in the upright. King of Swords in reverse. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Strength card in the upright. Knight of Swords in the upright. 10 of Wands in reverse. All right. Okay. That loyal, I did say that there was a friendship, and there is somebody from the past who is likely to, like you're hearing from them soon. It is electronic communication. It could be a text, it could be an email, or it could be a phone call. I don't know if it's necessarily a romance, but it could be. It is just somebody that like you're a little tied to. You haven't heard from them in a while. In fact, you felt like pretty rejected by them at different points. But their stuff is coming to you essentially from multiple sources. Magical gateway. Okay. The Sun and the 6 of Cups. There is healing around the past for you as well. It's not just a friendship from the past. You've put in so much work on establishing like a much healthier energy around you. You've got so many rewards of all of your efforts coming to you. Like May is going to be incredible. But the last 2 weeks or so of April are like everything is, and not a moment too soon, because you feel not just, wrung out, you feel as if like you honest to goodness have had some time periods where like you're starting to wonder if somebody like you did something wrong and they took away your life and you're just never allowed to have another one. You had to heal. You have healed from something in the past. You have somebody from your past returning who like they weren't necessarily like for some reason they needed to be away from you while you healed. And you did so much work. Blossoming abundance, I've increased all over the place. There's with that Ace of Cups in the upright, that's the start of something new as well and emotionally fulfilling. Broken heart, second chakra, Archangel Ariel, the thinking man, the world, third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, the magician in the mirror, and contract. This doesn't have to hold true for everybody, but you are essentially more or less on the other side of a divorce at this point. Your creativity has felt very, 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 very like at a low ebb. Like inspiration is almost the opposite energy that you've been experiencing. That is changing. Definition in an area of your life that has to do with your security is taking shape next week. You know you're dealing with somebody that you can't really trust, but it doesn't matter any longer. It just doesn't matter any longer. They don't matter to you. They don't matter to you. You have your ability to move on. Like you did move on. Like even if you're still in the same physical space, you're just not in the same emotional one any longer. You did change what you needed to, and you have very slowly, after like a period of anger and frustration and just so much emotional pain, like you kind of took stock of the lay of the land and said, well, if this is what I've got, this is what I've got, and I will just make the very best of it that I can. And it's so much better than you're giving it credit for being. It's the seed of something that is going to flourish and grow and become kind of amazing. And you don't believe in those things any longer. Like you've retreated into a safe feeling of commitment, movement, magic prayer, Stormfield's compass. Stormfield's is a card of change. Third group to get something about developments in a personal relationship. Now, relationship does not mean romance. It can actually, and commitment can be about, signing things on the dotted line. This can be as well. I'm kind of not getting that sense. I think that you are, it's a miracle card as well. This is not going to apply to everybody, but if you are interested in, this is a type of soulmate energy with the Six of Cups in the upright. If you're interested in a romantic relationship, it's not this week, it's the week after that. There is something that attraction. You attract more romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. You're going to feel seen for the first time in a long time, essentially. Like you don't have to do anything with it that you don't want to. It is going to, apparently, for some of my people, I'm going to remind you that you have like you've been questioning the worth of a connection in your life. And unrequited love, codependency, chemistry, engagement. Okay. Oddly enough, I think that there may have been somebody in your life that you were super connected to, but it was not in a super healthy fashion. And you have healed from that, and you question the validity of the connection. The connection still exists. Find out what it's meant to be. If it's not what you thought it was going to be, that doesn't mean it's not a good thing. You did so much, like just personal work over and over and over again. And it has been such a rough sea for you. Like sometimes you're like trying to live in the energy of like, I will go towards what I am meant to have. And even though this is rough, it is an evolution, it is an activation. And then sometimes you're like, I'm just over this. I'm sick of everything having to do with this. I just like, let me go live on a potato farm somewhere and have an unburied existence. I'm tired of this. It goes up and down for you. It just goes up and down for you. And now it has like, you're kind of on an even keel. You're kind of on an even keel. And you're wondering what's going to happen in like your professional life and your personal life. You're never going to have this like unvarying vision of your future again. You did for a while, and it got you into like a difficulty. Like your inability to release the idea of what the future was meant to look like, I think kept you in a relationship or in an energy. And the relationship could be a job, it could be a set of circumstances, it could be marriage, it could be like a romantic relationship as well. You didn't have an ability to see your future without that shape. You do now, but the shapes that you're allowing to see, like you reject like too many things having to do with your past now. You're asking to be living in a slightly different energy. And there is something from your past returning to either complete a lesson or to start writing the next chapter in it. This does look like a person. Don't like allow it to be what it's meant to be. Allow it to be what it's meant to be, even if it starts taking a shape that you had decided it shouldn't. Not against your will, like, hey, this is unhealthy, I should have this relationship even though it's unhealthy. It's not about that. It's that you define things like very, very like definitively, like for all time, this is what it was, this is what it will be, this is how I will always view it. There is a relationship in your life that constantly, it's always changing shape in how you view it. Allow it to make another change. Allow it to become its next version of what it's meant to be. Okay. I have the Seven of Cups in reverse, the Emperor in the upright, Ace of Pentacles in the upright, Six of Swords, Ten of Cups in reverse, Seven of Wands in the upright, and then the Three of Swords in reverse. Personal power and personal happiness are returning to you. You overcame everything that you're meant to. You have your good days, you have your bad days, but more and more you have good days. And like I said, you've got somebody coming back into your life. Just let them and see what it's supposed to be. Like it might freak you out a little bit is the only reason that it seems to be coming up. Is it might be something that you're like, I thought I had already dealt with that. Try not to be too concerned with knowing everything. You have really good discernment and you have really good gifts. And so you want to know like way more than you should about your own life. And you kind of know it. Like you kind of know that like I'm not just getting like little like, oh, okay, well, I'll keep an eye out for that. Like the way you started to reestablish your security was to check in. And you've always like, you're in the here and now, but you're always like, what thing is coming? And it's not necessarily because you're looking for the good thing. It's because you're like, is something going to fall from the sky and squish me? Because it's been kind of like that disruptive at times. Pardon me, spinning all over the place. Don't be concerned with a fluctuation in something. There's still a role for a past relationship to play in your life. It's going to be a little bit confusing, but it's a good thing. Okay. Like I said, someone's coming back into your life in the next, I think, week to 2 weeks. Don't let it disrupt you. It's not as confusing as you think it is. More will be made clear surrounding that. It's really hard for you to allow more to come into your life now. Like it's like you check people's papers at the door type of thing. You're very, very careful. And it's important to be careful you've almost reached the energy of kind of being unreachable. Like you'll let people in, but like not very far. It is because you got badly hurt. But like you think you know people's motives now, like when they start talking to you, and you kind of don't. Like even though you have the ability to see and the ability to discern, like somebody hurt you badly, and now like you like have one eye out towards absolutely everybody in your life as to whether or not they're going to hurt you. And that can be appropriate, but don't take it as far as you're taking it. That's the only message that you're receiving on this person coming back into your life. It is for a good reason. It is for a good reason. And it is not a test. It is like you healed something, and now it's time for a different part of that story. Okay. All right, pile number 3. That was your reading. If you'd like to book me for private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. Pile number 4, your candle is anointed with healing oil. All right, journey. I did shuffle for these. I didn't just select them for the pictures. It's time to prepare for a journey. This can be a card of moving, it can be a card of traveling. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. Prepare for some change. Teacher with hidden motivations. Okay. Forgive yourself. Make a plan. Yang with observer, mature man, and guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Okay, so forgive yourself and guilt. Whatever you've done in the past, remember, nobody gets a time machine, but you can learn from it. You can learn from it. Even if you weren't acquitting yourself in a way that you're particularly proud of, it can teach you things about this hidden teacher and hidden motivations. There's a lot that we need to understand about ourselves in the mistakes that we've made in the past. Don't shy away from them out of feeling of guilt or shame. Like we're meant to stumble, we're meant to make mistakes, and we're meant to have adversity. We learn the most and we grow the most through it. Observer and hidden motivations, and yep, you're being asked to do a little bit of shadow work. Okay, I'm going to pick that up. It actually, I guess I'll put it there. It actually fell out in reverse, which it's the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, which is like a feeling of inclusion and safety, warmth. Ace of Wands in the upright. Got a lot of new beginnings this week. Make a plan. What do I got here? Death card in reverse. 3 of Cups in reverse. 4 of Pentacles in the upright. 7 of Swords in reverse. 2 of Swords in the upright. Devil in reverse. 6 of Cups in reverse. The World in reverse. King of Wands in the upright. Queen of Cups in the upright. 6 of Swords in reverse, 3 of Wands in reverse, Magician in reverse, careful. All right, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Pentacles in the upright, the Hanged Man in the upright, Justice in the upright, good. King of Cups in the upright, Strength card in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, 3 of Pentacles in the upright, 7 of Pentacles in the upright. Okay. You have somebody in your life who has tried to manipulate you kind of a lot. It's an energy you've healed from. There's contact with them in the next couple of weeks. I'm just going to go with you don't care. You just don't care. Whatever power this person ever had over you, the reason that they're going to be a little bit in your peripheral vision is just so that you can, like, you're starting to look forward to the moment where, like, you know, they're just not in your life any longer. I think it is likely a past relationship, and that part of the forgive yourself and guilt is like, you may have been involved in a relationship that was codependent. It may have actually devolved into abuse. And you're really like, you did everything that you're meant to in order to heal and to grow beyond that. Don't hold yourself back from forming new connections because you're afraid of repeating a pattern. You did actually do all of that healing. This person who caused a lot of damage, or similar to the person who caused a lot of damage, who's in your peripheral vision, they're like I said, they don't matter. Like they're going to be doing the things that they do, like trying to trip you out a little bit as they try to make a process stumble. And it's because they just, you actually walking away. Yeah. They know that you're going to, 7th chakra Archangel Uriel, be out of their life entirely soon. And you've done a lot of like envisioning of what, like, you look forward to that, and they thought they did too. They thought they did too, but like they keep trying to see if they have any power over you, and they just don't. Rest and rejuvenation, the temple path, lots of healing strategy, man holding a heart. Do I have something with that again? Yeah, I do. Your emotional health has improved so much, but you're very careful around even making friends any longer. You have people around you who want to interact with you more than you allow them to. Take your time. No one's making you rush. I think it is possible that you need to start organizing around a temporary plan for the future, and it needs to be a little bit temporary, because there's just kind of a lot that's changing for you as you go forward. And you were somebody who I think for most of your life functioned from a place of like trying to make your 5-year plan. And right now you're being asked to like make your 1-year plan, your 6-month plan. Like there's expansion in there, like there are no obstacles any longer. This person is departing your life. And not like, does that mean they're departing to this earth? No, 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 no. It's just that even though they may be in some way trying to irritate you, like it doesn't even register. You're not going to spot it until afterwards. Like the things that like, oh, okay, well, they did that again. It's going to be very, very freeing. They're actually the person who's like, they've got like now that the time to like no longer be in contact is here, they're having a bigger problem with it than they realized that they would. Most of their adult life had something to do with you. Follow the leader, slow and steady, goblins, yep, details, details, strength, sad embrace. I do have a depression card around that, encouragement, intention, spark. Okay. Yep. There is a definitive ending. There's just like some like things to be organized, some things that are like some details falling into place around a plan that you've been making for kind of a while. At this particular juncture, like the person who you had to try so hard to heal from, they're going to try and act like a former version of themselves again. Because as it finally gets down to brass tacks, like they already, you were actually one of the only friends they ever had. And it's very like they don't really, a reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life. If somebody is trying to do the let's water under the bridge bygones, like, you know, it's up to you. It's up to you, but I don't think you're going to care. I don't think you're going to care anymore. This could be the one you've already met the romantic partner you seek and retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. This is a little bit weird. You have a traumatic relationship that you healed from, and it took you a lot of work, and that person is almost in your rearview mirror. As they realized your car is driving away from them, we're just going to, you know, take this particular metaphor and run with it. As they realize that you are departing their life, like they're freaking out. They're freaking out. In a way that they haven't about the concept, because until just recently, like they didn't even think about that part. Like they had done some things that, like, I don't think you're ever going to be able to forgive. And they kind of considered it just part of like how you have a conflict. And now that I believe the conflict is like resolved, like it's starting to dawn on them that there's no bridge to a land that they solely associate with you. And it is tripping them out. Don't feel like you owe that person anything. You actually really, really don't. And your indifference is not cold. It is very much an earned response. You have to make plans about your own future. And things are remember, don't plan absolutely everything based on what you think 5 years from now is going to contain. Okay, you do that. Plan around what you're hoping will develop in the next year. Don't run for safety. Remember, you just got through something very difficult, and you think all you want is peace and for things to settle down. But what you really, really want is your life to expand a lot more, and you don't look at it that way. So make your choices in a way that allows for you to don't just stop trying to have such a small life and to have such a small vision around your life. You don't need to look for safety anymore. You're safe. And in terms of that person, Ace of Cups in the upright, in terms of that person who like is going to, like, they kind of know that about you. Like they understand that unencumbered, like they always saw that in you. That's part of the reason that they wanted a relationship with you in the first place, is they really thought that you would advance them. And you did. You really did. And now they've started to understand that. Six of Pentacles in the upright. Invest in the ability, Queen of Wands in reverse. You don't believe yourself you're as powerful as you are. And you hear it over and over and over again. You just Nine of Pentacles in the upright. Okay. For whatever reason, the success that you have now, you're viewing it as, well, this is the success that I will have. And you're going to be unencumbered of that person who has been dragging you down. A lot is going to happen, a lot is going to change, and a lot is going to expand. In terms of whether or not you allow that person to stay in your life, it is entirely up to you. But remember, just because they might be trying to act like a former version of themselves, it's not the same thing as them feeling remorse. they may not be capable of it. So keep that in mind, that you can't trust them. You can't trust them. And let that inform your choices. Okay, pile number 4. That was your reading for the Spirit Guide Weekly from April 18th to April 24th. If you'd like to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below, and I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. I might be able to, what time is it? I will. I will be able to get timestamps edited in after the broadcast. I guess I was just trying to power through so much that I actually did. So hopefully I will be able to do that right now as I sign off. Thanks again for joining me. Take care. Be well. Hey, listen, all 4 piles had something about new relationships starting. So the deep freeze appears to be over, surrounding the held and stasis element of my collective, who just, no matter what they did, they could not bring anybody to them. So hopefully you had the Ace of Cups as well. So take care, be well. I will see you next time. What have I got here?